Road.
Let's get away.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Oh my God. She's like so upset that I growled at her. She looks so sad. She's got these big
if you
up
want,
bugged out eyes. She looks like she's about to start crying. I'm sorry. No. Sorry,
no
Aura.
tears.
Oh, we renamed her from Oreo to Aura because fuck Oreo. I'm like, she's not even black and white. Why is she called Oreo? Ugh.
I mean,
But she comes to it
yay.
because I'm like, she's 5 years old. We can't really change her name too much. And so I was like, Orabora. And she was like, and she came running. So I was like, oh, that's your name, Orabora.
And I mean, we renamed Posey a whole bunch. Well, she was deaf. Never mind.
I was like, but she was deaf. You can call her whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you want.
We were calling towards the end, we were calling her Kevin.
She is Kevin.
Oh, come on,
Oh,
Kevin. It's your
poor
turn.
Posy. She was
Yeah.
such a sweetie. Aw.
Yeah.
Was she
How
the
was
one
your
that
week?
jumped off your balcony?
No, that was Murphy. Murphy was the
Oh,
one that
yeah,
jumped off the
Murph.
balcony twice and then dragged his cast around for too many weeks because he wouldn't heal because he kept throwing it into stuff. Yeah.
Oh, you've had some interesting animals.
Yeah. No, Posey made the trek all the way across country and then got Lyme disease and we had to put her down here and it was very
Mm,
sad. And then but
yeah.
it was the vet came here and it was very nice and then they were carrying her out and putting her in the back of the vet hearse whatever and my neighbors who are like everybody just they're so dumb. Anyway, the guy's walking up the street and he just sees them loading and she was white so she kind of pink on the underbelly and he goes, "Oh, what's going on? You guys having a pig roast?"
Oh no. Oh.
I'm like,
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh, but
no, it was
I would have been like,
funny
sir.
story now, horrifying then. And he got up close enough.
Yeah.
And he just walked up and he went, "Oh," and like kind
Oh
of
my
walked
God.
away. And I'm like, I think that deserves you coming back to the house with an apology note and cookies. We did not.
Hmm. Fuck that. Oh
How's
my
your week?
God.
What happened? What's going on?
Oh, I did the yoga pool party at Soul Pool Club here in Buffalo yesterday. So I had back-to-back readings for a good chunk of yesterday. It was great. The last couple of years, it's been getting like more and more traction. And so it's more and more people. And so there was 50 people signed up for the yoga this year, like all around this big, beautiful pool, like couple layers. They always put me in a cabana, which is cool because like, Miami Beach vibes, like pool club vibes. It's super fun. Great DJs, great music. There's all kinds of experiential vendors. So like like wellness, health and wellness type vendors, clothing, that kind of stuff. It's super fun. This is, I think, like the busiest year. It's always a good vibe and good people, but like the capacity was also really on point this year, which was cool. It
Nice.
felt really good. And like I felt so bad because I did readings for 4 hours straight back to back, and I still had like 8 or 9 people left on my list that I couldn't get to. And so I had to like, well, because I also pulled the sheet off the table for signups, and I had to text everyone and be like, I can give you this because I was doing 10 to 15 minute readings for my
Yeah.
like market price, my like event price. And so I was like, I can do a 30 minute for this price. If you want to book with me later, I'm so sorry. Then I went to a
I
grad
mean,
party
you do the best you
and did
can.
more readings.
Nice. Busy.
But
You're a busy
yeah,
lady.
dude, I was so tired. I felt so hungover this morning. And that's something maybe we'll talk about in another episode, like
The
energy
energy
drain,
hangover.
the energy hangover, like how to
It's
protect
real.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
My nose has been bleeding all day today, just gushing
Oh,
blood. Yeah. Brian came home.
should
He's
we
like, oh,
let you
yeah.
know when that's happening, or we're just going to
I'll
let
see
that
it on the screen.
go?
No, I do this and I'm like, oh, fuck. But yeah, it hasn't bled like that since probably last summer because I did like a really big party last summer and I was the only reader there. Like,
Yeah.
same thing. And it was just like back to back to back readings. And that was for like 5 or 6 hours straight. And that shit'll kill you.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
lot.
yeah, it is, but
A
I
lot.
think
It's training.
I will say over the last few years, the more I've like really gotten back into doing readings, especially more now like professionally and like for money and not just for like family and friends, um, I have started learning like I don't even know how to explain it. I actually get more energized. Like I couldn't sleep last night. Like I was physically so exhausted, but I then got home and laid in bed and I was like, it's like a bolt of lightning went through me. And I was like,
Right.
ah! And then I was like up and I was awake. And I've read a lot about how as you start really tapping in and really honing in and developing your intuition, that it does flip-flop like that from like super drained to like you
Yeah.
actually get more energized instead of less like
I mean, it's
drained.
like that when you're in a crowd of people. Like bartenders get the same thing. If
Yeah.
you need to decompression time and you need to figure out a way to like bring your shit back down because you'll be exhausted and then pinned while you're trying to get some sleep so you can like get
Yeah.
your life together. And then the next day you're
Yeah.
just, yeah. So,
Maybe next episode we'll talk about that if there's no super fun astrological stuff we really need to deep dive into.
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
There's the sky is full of a mess until the end of a year. So if we skip a week and talked about other things, it's fine.
Mhm.
That is
Well,
absolutely
and,
fine.
and it's funny because like I'm diving in next week. I start August 5th, starts the 6 week virtual
Yeah.
beginner tarot class. And so I've been like polishing up like each week and like what I'm going to be talking about. And last night I was working, or not last night, Saturday, I was working on energetic blocks, how to unblock ourselves, why do we get blocked,
Yeah.
and then like the energy drain and how to like ground yourself and bring it. Did none of it. Did nothing to ground
No, I mean,
myself
you
or
can
bring myself back to
practically know how
life.
to fix it. It's like giving good advice and then,
Yeah,
not taking it yourself. So,
yeah,
you
absolutely.
need to eat healthy as you're eating a bag of chips over the sink. Yeah, well,
Don't
I
call
went
me
over the
out.
sink. Sorry. I ate dip out of a tub last night. Not the bathtub, like a tub it came in.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah.
How was your week? How was your trip? How was everything?
We talk about my
Oh,
trip. We
wait, we
talked
did
about my
talk about
trip.
your trip.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm like, we did talk
Um,
about your trip.
yeah. No, I took another week off. I didn't work. Well, I worked Saturday. Felt like hot garbage, but I did work on Saturday. And I was like, I am really going to take this week off and do house shit. I was like, remember last week? I was so excited that I was just going to like take the week off and do house shit. Any shit. Walked around my house, didn't do fuck all. And then was like, well, I really want to get the bathroom painted. So took everything out of the bathroom. In my head, it was going to be a real tidy process. Just paint it and then,
Just do
whatever.
it.
But it's not. I had to pull everything had to come out. So now there's just everything. And then I'm like, and my worst fears came true, where it's mostly painted, and mostly I got 3/4 of the way through the paint job and went, yeah, I think I'm going to go in another direction. So then I had to order this trim, and then I had to wait for the trim to get delivered, and that came yesterday. So I just put up just enough to see that my idea was valid, and then walked away from it again. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm just like, okay, I can't. And the basket of towels is in the hallway, because why move it far enough? And like, so I'm gonna try to finish that after we're done recording because I can't. It's a mess. But yeah, that was
That's
my
my
week.
dining
I
room.
just tripped over my own garbage for a week, and I did take a nap in the middle of the day one of the days, which was
Saturday?
glorious. And then I woke up at like it was dark, and I woke up and I was like, oh my god, I have to feed everybody. Um, and then I'm like, time is an illusion, whatever. And then stayed up really late, like doing other shit. And I'm like, I'm not even tired. I'll just do things. So, but I didn't really. I just kind of stayed up and fuck all. So that was my week. Kind of
Oh,
proud
love
of
that
it.
for you.
Kind of proud of it. It could be not doing anything. So
That's hard for you and I to do, though. So I actually am, jokes aside, super proud of you. You
my
know,
house is a mess.
we're
Can I
usually
turn this
people that have
around?
panic attacks when we look around and our house is a mess. Like I am living in boxes still. Like my dining room, finally the furniture is put together, but there's still boxes neatly lining the one wall, and I'm like, ugh. But then I'm like, no, we're good.
I woke up one morning. It was so hot. We get ants real bad if it's hot. They just come inside. And I woke
Good
up and
is
there was just
cool.
trails of ants, like where
Oh
they're
my
like
God.
just. And I was like, oh, ants. I'm like, so I'm clean, trying to whatever. And I'm like, and I got completely overwhelmed with how messy my house was, what I had to move out of the way to see where all the ants actually were. Got completely overwhelmed. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to go outside and I'm going to feed the crows. I'm going to just be outside,
The most
water
important
some
thing.
plants. I'm going to just, right. I'm going to water some plants and I'm just going to be outside for 10 minutes and just, everything's fine. It doesn't matter. The ants aren't going anywhere. I can go back inside, go outside, go to feed the crows. Fucking ants. And I'm all, son of a bitch.
So that's when you get the vacuum cleaner out, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, so handled that. But it's fine. It was fine. But look, I'm not even overwhelmed at the mess. I'm just like,
Well, welcome to my cards told me to.
hi everybody. We should have put the
Hello.
disclaimer at the beginning and told you to fast forward through that shit. But here we are.
We're
We're
a little
doing
out of practice.
this. Well, no, we just not really. We did last week, didn't we? I don't
Oh,
know.
did
I
we?
feel
We
like we
did,
missed.
didn't we? I don't know why. You like you said, time is an illusion. Right now, I feel like
Yeah, well, we
I
bumped
haven't seen you
recording
for
a couple of days, and all of a sudden
mm,
it's like it's months. So,
hmm
full moon is Wednesday,
Wednesday.
29th. Yeah.
Hmm
Is that right? I'm right,
Tomorrow.
right? It is Wednesday. Okay. It's Wednesday, so we're gonna do the full moon. And then I know that all of the astrology stuff I did last week was a little overwhelming with the chart and the lines and the information about nodes and degrees and all the math. So this week is a little bit more fun. And I'm just doing little blurbs on everybody's signs. You can listen for your name and hear your thing. But listen to all of them because it kind of everything is always applies to everybody because you have a little bit of each thing. They are sun, moon, and rising. So um, do your chart. Oh, do your chart, guys, because in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do dressing for your sign and what that looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, but you need to know what your sun, moon, and risings are so you can. Because, like, you ever buy that outfit that you just
Yeah.
think would be adorable and you put it on and you're like, it's super cute, but it's not for me, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, or there's like maybe if it was a different color that would work for you. So we're gonna do
I'm
that. I think
very
that would be
into
fun.
that. I also like really being what is rising my Taurus, right? Because that's what I am, zodiac wise, or like birth chart
Yes.
wise,
No,
or
that's your
birth
sun size. That's your
sun.
sun sign.
Oh God, I learned nothing.
You learn
So
nothing. That's
I
okay.
learned
You zoned
nothing.
out. I'm
Either
gonna
way,
mail this. I'm gonna
Taurus,
mail this to you in the morning, and then you can have it for
learn it
next
all.
week. Read it all.
Um, but Taurus, we like just to wrap ourselves in blankets. So I think that that's okay. I can just wear blankets and I'll feel
Yeah,
fine.
just get yourself a good belt, maybe some boots. Just put that
You
blanket
know that
on
I
and get
have
out of here.
boots. Those are the one thing I definitely have is a shit ton of boots.
There you go.
Ugh.
All right,
So what planet's in the microwave?
yeah, let's get into it. Okay, full moon, July 29th at 10:36 a.m. Eastern time. So that is 7:36 a.m. here. 2 days at the beginning, 2 days on the backside. So you're gonna or like 1 to 2. It's in the morning, so 3 or 4 day period in there. It's the full buck moon. It is in Aquarius. Um, it's falling during Leo season. Um, and it's an Aquarius. Aquarius is an intellectual sign, so there's kind of going to be a tug of war between ego and then also serving the collective, just based on the season that it's in and then the sign that it's in. And then the full buck moon is named after when deer start to regrow their antlers, which I thought you would like
Hmm
because you love a good antler.
I do. They're literally all over my house.
I know. Okay, so the
Ethically
impact for the
sourced.
full what happened?
I said ethically sourced.
Ethically sourced, right?
I'm just out there
Okay,
putting deers in headlocks.
give me that.
Give me.
Give it to me.
Sorry.
Um,
Go
okay,
on.
so the full moon impact. And so we're looking at the middle of the week. So the full moon is Wednesday. We're looking at like Tuesday, Monday night, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that chunk of time. Okay. The full moon impact is sudden clarity on how to solve career, which I spelled wrong. Go me. Career, lifestyle, and relationship problems. So you're gonna have a sudden clarity about you're like, oh, here's this is click. It's just gonna click. This is what I need to do. Um, finding or refinding um, or refining or redefining. I know all those worms rhyme, but you know what I'm saying? Like you want to like redefine your friend group or finding your tribe and collaborating on meaningful forward thinking projects. So, if you have clarity on how to solve your career issues, this might tie into like a forward thinking project or finding, your group of people that you want to work with. Or if your friend group is feeling like, yeah, maybe these people aren't for me anymore, or if you're just kind of casually dating and you're like, yeah, maybe not. I mean, just it's really going to kind of give you clarity on what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
And then letting go of societal expectations, shedding limiting beliefs and behaviors that you might be clinging to for comfort or familiarity, or just because you're afraid to make the leap. Or sometimes you cling to it because you just want to be right, or you want to make a point. Like, no, for real. Like sometimes you just
No,
like,
yeah.
you stay at a job too long because because you're gonna make a point. You stay in an argument too long because you just want to make a point. You stay in a relationship too long because you just want to prove that you can do a thing. You stay, you stay your best friend just after she, like you just stay too long because you want to make a point, and just let that shit go.
Fucking don't.
Don't do it. All right. Okay, so a general reading for the full moon. There is a lot of planet interference this month. Really kind of until December. There's a lot of shit going on. I tried to cover it last week, realized it was overwhelming. It's overwhelming for me. The nodes are switching or switched by the time this drops. But while we're recording it, I'm not even going to touch that. I encourage you guys to look it up. And you can just use the Google machine and just look it up. And there's a bunch of astrological sites that will give you real concise explanations of what that means. And then you can kind of put your sign in and see what it means to your sign. That's a whole, you can do a whole episode just on that. So we're going to let it go. So there's a lot of planetary interference. I'm not going to explain degrees or what planet is responsible. This is just a general overview of the moon. Let's get into it. This is one of the biggest lunar events of the summer. It gives you an opportunity to pause, reflect, and bring unfinished chapters to a close. Managing your emotions may become easier in uncertain situations, but those situations might become more clear without becoming emotionally charged. So again, you might just be like, oh, this is how I can fix it. I don't need to pick a fight to do it. I can just
I
handle
would
it.
love
Like
that.
you don't need to go toe to toe with your boss. You don't need to like pick a fight with your partner. You don't need to like be passive aggressive in your marriage. You just, go, oh, this is how to fix it. No fighting. Aquarius is connected to fresh ideas, community, and planning ahead and looking forward. And then the moon shines a light on those themes. Are you yawning again?
I'm
Jesus
cold.
Christ.
I'm
You're
so
cold?
cold.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
with the
right.
AC.
Yeah, you're not used to it.
I'm
Um,
not. My body's like,
Sorry, am I keeping you from your nap? Um,
no, I'm just freezing. I yawn when
okay,
I'm
so
cold.
oh,
I'm
okay,
78.
so it's 78 in your
No,
house.
I'm 78. Like a 78-year-old that's just
Oh,
like
okay.
fragile and as fuck. Sorry, go on.
Okay, so Aquarius is connected to fresh ideas, community, and planning ahead and looking forward. The moon then shines a light on those themes, um, while also encouraging us to like release old habits and thought patterns and people and situations that have run its course so you can move forward. So this big idea that you have for the future or moving forward, can kind of come to fruition. Hi,
You
buddy.
okay? Is he okay?
Can you hear him?
Yeah. Dibsy, hi, are you okay?
He's just doing that the whole time. Um, okay. This is a real big letting go moon. This is a real big write that shit on a leaf moon. Um, it forces you to look at what is no longer helping you grow, where you are spinning your wheels, and what you need to let go. So, I mean, it's get a couple of leaves because
Get a couple,
you need
get a
get a couple of
whole
leaves.
fucking handful.
Yeah, right. Get a branch. Ask a tree for a branch. Take the branch. This period is also a good opportunity to finish up old projects. Don't start new ones. Finish up what you got going on. My bathroom, for instance. Finish up that project. Um, have an honest conversation. tidy your home, workspace, car, garage, get rid of clutter, throw out broken items, anything that isn't serving you. Like really do like a once over in your house, like before the full moon or on the day of the full moon. And if it's broken and you're not going to get that shit fixed and you're holding on to it just in case, or
Go on.
right. Like, oh, I have a backup toaster. Why? You're not going to use it.
I might.
If your favorite toaster breaks, you're buying a new favorite toaster. You're not summoning the backup toaster. You don't even know where you put it.
It's in the basement
Anyway,
somewhere.
I digress. If it's broken, if you don't need it anymore, get rid of clutter. Also, make sure that your front door is not cluttered all the time. This should be like a daily practice. Like if you have trash that needs to go out, take it out. If you have, stuff that needs to go in the trunk of your car so you can drive it around your city before you donate it, take it out and put it in the trunk of your car. Like whatever you're going to do, like your front door on the inside and then your front door on the outside should always be clear because you're blocking your own abundance. And this has nothing to do with the moon. This is all the time. That's like one thing that will get my anxiety going is if I walk by stuff that I like, I'll get it next time or I'll take it out the next whatever. So clean that
Yeah.
up. Sorry. Um, the July moon is reminding us to slow down, reflect on lessons from your journey, and make space for whatever is coming in next. So if you are just kind of waiting for the thing or hoping it shows up, you might want to take a minute to kind of reflect back and be like, okay, well, what can I get rid of? What am I not doing? What can I throw out, get rid of, and all those things. The crows are here.
Are they screaming at you to
Hello,
feed them?
gentlemen. No, he yelled at me this morning because I was late, and now he's out there with his friend. I think there's
Mocking
a new
you.
one because there's a big one now that comes.
Oh God. Is it like the mob boss? The
It
Don?
kind of looks like it now, but so okay. These are your moon horoscopes, sun, moon, and rising. I have everybody.
Except for Pisces.
No, I got Pisces. I got Pisces too. Okay. Starting with Aries. Spotlight for you this full moon period is focused directly on your social circle and your long term dreams. You may realize a specific friendship, network, or partnership no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Cultivate a collaboration, but do not let a group think tank drown out your individuality. So, like, you want to work with other people, but don't get run over.
Mhm.
Taurus, this is you. A major career, here you go. Throw out your toaster. Done.
Let me go write that in a leaf. Hold on.
A major career peak is here. You felt restricted in your job or side hustle or your goals.
Hmm.
This full moon is giving you the green light to take charge and to be more innovative and to share those thoughts with others. Do avoid, and this is on the at the full moon day, do avoid power struggles with bosses or authority figures, and maybe choose to table the conversation or put a pin in it until next week.
Dude, I'm not fucking kidding you. Every reading that I've had come across, like a feed or even a couple friend readers of mine, everything has been about career for the last 5 days. Everything.
Yeah,
So
these
the
are
fact that you
these
were
are
like,
mostly
career,
these are
I'm like,
mostly
whoa.
career and money and
Well, because of Jupiter, right? Isn't that like
yeah,
luck and fortune
yeah.
and stuff like that,
and
right?
and and
Look at me knowing things.
look at you knowing stuff and plan like getting your shit in order and planning your life. We are going to do a little bit more on Saturn retrograde because I know I sort of left it with like, sorry for you, good luck, hope you figured your shit out. Yeah, but okay. Gemini, you're outgrowing your old belief systems and frameworks. um the moon wants you to zoom out and kind of look at the bigger picture because this is a perfect time for you to plan future travel, rescript your daily routine, take a class, or work on a creative project that'll kind of put yourself more out there. So be creative. Um,
Do shit.
don't be stuck. I think it's a lot of career stuff and like don't be stuck. Like whatever you got going on in your life, if you're feeling stuck, you are stuck. Like stop trying to find a pathway through the stuck. Just let that shit go. Cancer. This moon is diving deep into your house of shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. Financial ties, debts, or investments are reaching a turning point and may need your attention. Give yourself permission to cut ties with codependent emotional habits and people that simply drain your energy.
Fucking heard.
Yeah.
What is with the, why is it echoing? Do you hear that?
No. Are
I
you
want,
echoing?
it's,
Is it
hold on.
me?
I think it's like echo. It's not anymore. It was like echoing in your speaker, I think. And now we're good. Okay. Because it wasn't in my ear pods.
Oh. Well, I
Weird.
guess we'll see when if it's weird. Um,
It's fine. It
sorry.
wasn't too
Sorry, you
abrasive.
guys. I'm abrasive. Okay, Leo. Relationships are front and center during this full moon period. The sun is in Leo, so your personal identity is way lit up. The moon is asking you to balance your personal desires with those of your partner. This is also a reminder that if a balance cannot be reached, it's time to look at a bigger change. Expect either a sudden ending or a deeper connection into a relationship that's mostly balanced. So if you're typically balanced, like if it's just, a shit argument with somebody you're married to, you're don't pack your bag and leave. Like that's not what this is saying. Also, this is this is not necessarily a romantic partner. It can be a platonic friendship or a family member. So you might be having issues with a parent or a sibling or a close friend or like a work friend. So don't automatically assume like if I say relationship, it doesn't necessarily mean somebody that you're coupled up with. It could be any relationship that you have. Virgo, it's me. Your daily routine, your daily routines, work habits, and physical well-being need to be focused on during this moon phase. Really. If you've been overworking, overcommitting, or just spreading yourself too thin, your body's going to let you know and demand rest. Try clearing out clutter, automate and delegate tasks, get rid of anything that might be fracturing your mental clarity.
I'm like, okay, Saturday was enough. Got it. Heard. It happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I delegated the fuck out of Saturday. I just said I'm not coming. And then I took a nap. Libra, the path to romance, artistic expression, and overall joy is right in front of you. If you've been stifling your creativity or simply making art for the masses, this is your opportunity to break free of that mindset and take your authentic creativity back. So, like if you're craft showing it up and you're only making what sells, that's great because you need, get your dollar, but you need to have a little bit of time set aside where you're just making something that brings you joy or doing something that
Who
brings you joy.
is the lady that's like, get rid of shit unless it brings you
Marie
joy?
Kondo. Marie
Ah,
Kondo.
wanted to keep saying Marie Forleo, and I'm like, no, that's a different
No,
Marie.
it's Marie Kondo. She's like, does this bring you joy? And you have to answer right away. And then she leaves, and you have a beige house with nothing in it.
That is not my
One
vibe,
mug,
clearly.
one mug, one mug that just says mug on it.
Plate.
Right. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, you can get rid of clutter, but you can also have things that bring you joy. So there's a happy balance in there. Scorpio, your home, your family, and your emotional roots are being highlighted. You might feel an urge to deep clean or update your space. Your home is your peace, so embrace that. And now is also a good time to look at generational patterns that have been keeping you small. So if you have an inner voice that has been talking, telling you can't do something since you were little, kind of address that maybe a little bit.
A
Um,
smidge.
or just if you watched other people in your family kind of behave in a manner that kept them kind of small and timid, maybe don't. I am not a therapist. All I'm saying. Sagittarius, your house of communication is being lit up. Your mind is full of new and innovative ideas. Important conversations, presentations, and negotiations will peak during this period. Speak your truth. Remember to actively listen to others, but be sure your truth doesn't get clouded by a well worded rebuttal, which seems to be a theme. Like that seems like very similar to one of the other ones. Um, be your authentic self and don't get run over. Like,
Mhm.
you know, Capricorn, money, self worth, and tangible resources are your focus. A stream of income may shift dramatically, prompting you to be more innovative with your process and your budget. Do not let temporary setback influence your worth. Um, like in business, don't like hastily lower your prices or go to compete in a market that's beneath you. Like if you've already grown through that level and now you're panicking because like something fell through, like, you're not on a show you were going to be on, or you're not doing, whatever it is. It's a tiny little window, and don't panic. It's just a tiny little window. You'll be fine. Aquarius, this is your full moon. So you're getting all of it. Let your freak flag fly. Drop your mask of drop your mask of indifference and genuinely walk with yourself. This is absolutely your time to embrace your authentic self and to do what feels good to you and to do what you want to do and to just shine. This is your moon, as it were. So again, you guys,
I party and I'll cry if I
um,
want to.
all three of your signs. So your sun, moon, rising signs. So if you
Question.
didn't listen, yes,
Did you do Pisces?
right now.
Okay. I'm like,
Pisces.
it sounded like you were wrapping up, and I'm like, no.
No, she forgot. No, it's right here.
Okay.
Pisces. It's like
Sorry.
you need to hermit for a few days for a full reset. Pisces, just stay put. Your intuition is really loud right now, and you need a little quiet to process hidden emotions and dream up what your next chapter looks like. And again, these are the full moon horoscopes. So this is like 3 days, middle of the week. This isn't the whole month. This isn't, for the next whatever. This is like 3 days, middle of the week. Like just so if you know your sun, moon, rising, if you know your chart or you went and got your chart, and you didn't listen to all these, go back and re-listen to that chunk so you can hear all three of them because they're all going to apply to you in some way, which is very
Mhm.
cool. We're going to timer check me because we'll see if we have, how did that go? But I have
I
all
don't
my
know.
Saturn.
I wasn't actually paying
Oh,
attention to the time.
okay. All
I
right.
feel like we got more. What's in the planet? Oh my God, what's in the planet microwave? What planet is in the microwave?
Okay.
Because we want to talk
All
about
right. Good.
Saturn and retrograde, right? It's
We
very
are going to talk about
important.
it. Is very important. Okay.
Or do we want to do a pull to break it up a little bit and then go back to Saturn
Oh, yeah. Do
retrograde
your
and then
pull,
cabinet
and then we'll
conjunct?
do Saturn, and then we'll do the rock string seed.
Rock, string,
Rock,
seed.
rock string seed. All right.
And then we'll
Yeah. Do
time
your
check
pull.
done.
Okay. Yeah. Do
Thanks for
your
coming
pull
along.
now.
All
Thank,
right.
thanks for joining us while we figure out the structure of the show that we've been doing for weeks.
Two girls, one day.
Yeah.
All right. So I came up with a really fun spread. Let me pull up my notes. Where are they? Okay. This is called Grow Up and Get Weird Full Moon Spread.
Oh, I love it.
So, yeah. So the top card is going to be the third position. It's called the cringe, the outdated mold. Then the row below on your, oh God, how did I do this? So if I'm looking at it, it'll be your left is your first, like your first position. So it's the antlers, which is look at you, you're actually growing. Then right next to it, so it's going to be like three, one, two, the emotional static. So stop clutching to the drama. And then number four is going to be below that, the unhinged, great idea. And then that's kind of like the Aquarian spark. And then your tribe is going to be the fifth, which is right under that. And that's the bigger picture. Who is this actually for? And that kind of touches on like everything that you just talked about in all of those horoscopes, which I love. Because so what's funny is Cupcake and I will talk about like, I'll just be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, what do you want to talk about? And then we won't really discuss anything else. She'll just give me like a couple sentences about what it is she's diving into, like just the bare bones. And then I go and figure out a spread for it. And I just love that they always are so fucking in sync. So, anyway,
I
so
love
with this
that.
being the buck full moon in Aquarius, it's essentially like a cosmic tough love spread. So, this is like, on one hand, you've got the sun hanging out, being dramatic, like, look at me, I'm a star, because it's in Leo, right? And on the other hand, you've got Moon in Aquarius, which is just kind of sitting there, like wearing like dark sunglasses, like, oh my God, I just got that song. I wear what is that? The I
I
wear
wear
my
my
sunglasses at
Corey
night.
Hart. Corey Hart.
Oh my God, Corey Hart. Um, so it's like, which is kind of sitting in the corner wearing dark sunglasses saying, like, oh, that's cute, but how does this help the revolution? And like, why are you still crying over people who don't even like themselves? Like, and can we just talk about that sentence really quick? Like, that's a big theme that's been coming up, like, especially yesterday. I'm not fucking kidding you. Like, almost everyone I talk to towards like I'd say like afternoon through the evening, it was like, why are you still crying over people who don't even like themselves? Like, get a fucking grip. Like, it was such a big theme. And so I love like when I was putting this all together and kind of deep diving in how to do this, I was like, oh God, that was such a prevalent thing. Anyway, it's midsummer. Bucks are growing out their full antlers, which means like you're kind of doing the work. Aquarius doesn't really care about your gold star. So if you're going to try and fit it, if you're going to try to fit your weird, brilliant self into like a box designed by someone else, like, do you want it to be boring expectations? So make it your own. So I invite you right now to grab your deck and do this with me. You guys know I take a minute to explain anyway, so that'll give you time to do however it is you pull your actual cards, whether you're like me and you kind of shuffle and let them flip out, or you kind of feel it, whatever. So grab your deck, light a
Right.
candle, open a window. Let's just call in some no nonsense, right? All right, so grow up and get weird. We're going to start with the first card, which is the antlers. So look at you, you're actually growing. So where have I secretly gotten my shit together lately and why am I still acting like I haven't, right? So it's like you've really been building strength and skill in this season. So it's like stop playing modest, right? So own that progress, take credit and step into the room like you actually belong there, which like I absolutely fucking love this vibe because it's so fun. Again, you were talking about career for Taurus, and that's all I've been hearing. And like, I haven't really been like, I don't really listen to a lot of astrology stuff. It's always like tarot or just like channeled messages. And like my reader friends aren't really, you're really truly one of my only astrology friends. So it was like channeled messages were a lot around career and a lot around, dude, it's your authentic self that's going to get you like
Yeah.
far. Like, stop
Well, I
fucking
mean, that's where all the
dimming your
planets
own
are
light.
saying right now is
Yeah.
like, just, stop taking it. What's funny is your spread goes with Rockseed String.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The world in reverse,
There
though.
it is.
So, all right, world in reverse for that. Sorry, I told you it was gonna take some time. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, there we go. All right, so the next card out is gonna be the emotional static. So stop clutching to the drama. What external approval addiction or emotional circus am I holding on to just because it's familiar? So Aquarius is the ultimate air sign, water barrier. So it takes all the messy, sloshy emotional tea and it pours it out so you can actually see like the glass. So it's time to kind of dump out that still water. And it's so funny when I wrote that, I just thought like my dog's water dish, like she will not drink out of the cat, like cats have a fountain that constantly clears itself. And I'm constantly having, because she's a slob, to like dump out her water dish throughout the day and just clear it and get all that stale water out of there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Why would this is taking forever today? Probably because I'm talking too much.
Yeah, it's just not even giving, right. It's not
There
giving
we go.
anything.
Chariot in reverse. All right, you know what? Let me do what I normally do and just like pull all the cards first, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Do
I
it.
already talked about there we go. See? That's what I wanted. Ooh, lovers in the upright for the cringe. Outdated mold. Where you playing it safe? There we go. I was talking too much. Ooh. Two of Wands in reverse for the unhinged. Great idea. And then your tribe, big picture. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's see what I'm hearing. What are my cards telling me? All right, so antlers, look at you. Oh my gosh, my nose is running. I'm so sorry. I want to make sure it's not bleeding. 2 seconds.
You're not
Oh,
bleeding.
ugh. I just gotta check really quick. It's been nuts, I told you, from all those readings. Well, it's just a little
Yeah,
bit.
hey,
No, it's
yeah, hey.
okay. It's just, oh yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm not even editing this out. It's happening. This is what happens. Okay, so the world in reverse. Where have I secretly gotten my shit together lately, and why am I still acting like I haven't? Right? So this is that own your shit, own who you are, stop being modest, understand that you've put the fucking work in, you've gotten actually really fucking good. So for whoever this is for, I'm actually hearing it's a skill. Like you've worked really hard on some sort of skill. You've been really, but a skill doesn't have to be like learning to play the guitar. It can be learning how to speak in front of people. It can be emotional intelligence based. It can be whatever, right? But it's a skill that you've been really honing and intentionally on, and you have gotten really good. I'm also hearing too with this world card, so the world card is about completion. It's the last card in the major arcana, right? It's about, I think we've talked about the world so much. Actually comes out in a lot of the readings. I think the first like three episodes that we've done,
Yeah,
the world came out. So if you're new here and you haven't listened to the other episodes yet, that's fine. Otherwise, you're going to hear me repeat myself. This isn't just chapter ending, new chapter starting. This is book fucking done. We're putting it on the shelf, and a new book is about to be written. And the difference between these books are the one that you're shelving is full of so many co-authors. It's your parents, it's your friends, it's your religious beliefs, it's cultural norms, it's so many fucking things that dictated how that story went. But now we're like, oh, it's time for a shift. It's time for more intention. It's time for me to actually choose how I want things to be. So you shelf that book. We don't burn it, we don't throw it out because we're going to probably have to go back to it here and there, right? Because there's lots of lessons, a lot of growth, a lot of learning. This new book, though, the really cool thing about this new book, it's just you. You're the only one authoring this new book. And with this being in the reverse, I'm like, well, what's the resistance here? Because I read reversals as resistance. And I'm like, what's the resistance to this whole like don't allow yourself to play modest? And I'm like, you are. You're afraid to let go. And it's so funny because that's what we were talking about earlier. It's like I'm hearing you're so afraid to let go of this old version of you. And it's almost like the Four of Pentacles. It's like you clinging so hard to this identity because it served you for so long to be this person, and it no longer serves you. Take a step back in this moment right now, or save this and think about it later if you're driving or busy doing something else while you're listening to this. But think, where in the last 6 months have I continually hit a brick wall or feel like we're square peg round holing it or like fish swimming upstream, right? Where are these moments in my life that, and I bet you there's a pattern of moments. It's the same kind of situations or feelings, right? That I'm being like just stuck at. You're being asked to understand that the season is now done. You've learned what you've needed to learn, and it's time to level up. It's time to go and move forward to the next level and beat the next boss. And you're just, it's not that you're refusing to do it, it's like you're scared to do it. You're scared to step out of your comfort zone. You're scared to step out of that identity. But the thing is, the new identity is your choice. So who the fuck do you want to grow into? Right? So start thinking about that. Um, I won't go super like into it, but there's like an exercise that I do with clients all the time. It's the top 10 traits. And it's top 10 traits 2 years from now, your highest version of yourself with no limiting beliefs, no bullshit in your way, no lack mindset. Who would you be? What would those top 10 traits be? Write all of those down. And then every day pick two. I used to take a dry erase marker and write them on my bathroom mirror. I would write two and I'm like, all right, if I'm going to embody this and this, how am I thinking? How am I speaking? How am I behaving? And who am I surrounding myself with? And dude, if that isn't psychology meeting woo woo and you're just rewiring your brain, you're rewiring your intentions, until it's almost like a fake it till you make it kind of thing, till you're actually embodying all of those traits and you're being that person. All right, so let's move on to the second card, the emotional static. So, like, stop clutching to shit you don't need to be clutching to. What external approval addiction or emotional circus am I holding on to because it's familiar? Kind of what we were just talking about, right? So, Aquarius is the ultimate air sign water barrier. It takes all that messy, sloshing emotional tea and pours it so you can see like the actual glass. So this is where we're talking about dumping that stale water out, right? It's time to take all the shit and clear it. And then we've got the chariot in reverse for that. And chariot is about like, I'm hearing like hot and heavy, coming in hot, like it's like you kind of can't stop it, even though it's in reverse. I still think this is like the fastest moving card in the deck. So I think with this chariot being in reverse, it's not saying that we're slowing down. It's saying I'm hearing like we're trying like it's like a cartoon where you're putting your heels in the ground and like the fire starts coming up because you're moving so fast. But I'm actually being told stop. Stop trying to stop yourself. Stop trying to stop yourself. Stop trying to stop the progress. Stop the movement forward. Like you're supposed to be moving forward. And again, I'm feeling very much this like heavy, it's like a heavy pressing. So like an oppressive kind of like I'm hearing the Clash song right now. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? So I don't know if this is like again with like this identity shift, but like if we're switching identities, if we are, it's like almost like deep down in your bones, you know what you need to be doing and how to be moving and thinking and speaking, all of it. You know exactly. It's like the writing has been on the wall for a really long time, and it's writing that you wrote, first of all. And now it's like you wrote a play for yourself, but you're now scared to play the part. And I'm just hearing like it's kind of like ready or not, here I come. Whether you want to or not, it's coming. And so fucking get ready. Do you want to be prepared or do you want to have to like stumble into it? Because either way, it's coming. This shift is coming. And then that third card is the cringe, the outdated mold. So where are you playing it safe? So where am I following the rules or staying polite when I should be doing my own bizarre genius thing? And like this vibe is like, this is where we're trying to act like a background extra. So like perks of being a wallflower in your own life and identify the old script. You know, cringe at it, burn it. Again, this is all about identity shifting. And then we've got the lovers, right? And the lovers isn't always about actual like lovers like romantically. This is about relationships. So like how Cupcake said earlier, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be coworker, it could be family, it could be your bestie, like whatever. But this is about relationships and especially relationship to ourself. And so I'm kind of hearing again, with this being in the upright, it's like time to claim that power. It's time to claim this identity. It's time to just say, fuck this shit. I got to stop playing small and I got to really fucking go for it. And then we've got Two of Wands in reverse. This is the unhinged great idea, right? So, what radical, brilliant vision am I ignoring because I'm afraid people will think that I've lost my fucking mind? Full moons act like a neon sign for things that we've been like hiding in the dark, right? So, we're shining light on the dark. That's why it's shadow work. So, let this weird idea come to the surface, right? Usually, when we're really fucking scared to let something come forward, when we deep dive into that fear, it's because it's the right answer. It's the right thing we should be doing. It's the
Yeah.
thing we should be like super fucking excited for, right? And a lot of times we take that and we internalize it and we make it fear instead of excitement. And so I'm hearing like this Two of Wands being in reverse. Like it's actually so funny that the two this is literally what for me and when in my readings when the Two of Wands comes out, I always say it's about being able to see out in front of you. I always picture like the Lion King when they're like surveying the lands, like, oh, this land is yours. It's like
Right, exactly.
as far as the whatever Mufasa says. Um, and it's like you see all of the opportunity, you see all of the things that could be, and you know deep in your fucking gut and deep in your bones what you need to be doing to make all of that come to fruition. And it's like, with this being in reverse, you're like, nah, I'm good. I know what the domino effect of saying yes to all of that is going to be, and I'm not ready for that change. I'm not ready to accept that. I'm not ready for everything that's going to come for that. And it's just like, what did I just say though? The chariot's on the table. Fuck that shit. Doesn't matter if you're ready or not. Ready or not, here I come. All right? So get fucking ready. But also, can we just talk about fear for a second? I know I talk about it a little bit here and there in episodes, but it's just a fucking thing. If we can take the feeling out of the feeling and objectify it, you look at it as a task, as something to be managed, as something that can be changed. Like you're not afraid anymore. You're like, oh fuck, that's manageable. Oh, I can do this thing. Oh, I can break this thing down into these steps and make it, you know,
Yeah.
something that I can actually do or
Well,
handle or
fear is the program that's running underneath most emotions too. Like if you're
hmm
angry or you're lashing out or you're doing whatever, and it's like, okay, we'll go deeper. What is it? What is it? What is it? And fear is like that program running in the background constantly, but it'll
hmm
just manifest or show up as something more manageable
hmm
or more palatable.
Yeah,
You know?
1000%.
Yeah.
So fifth card out is your tribe, big picture, who is this actually for? So, how does my authentic, unedited self actually help my community instead of just feeding my own ego, right? So Aquarius hates a silo, right? You don't evolve just sitting on your throne. You have to evolve, so you can bring a better energy to the table for like everyone. So it's like, who are you lifting up once you drop the baggage, right? It's like, are you gonna go outside? You can go outside with dad? Go. Okay, bye. She's like, no, bitch, you're coming with me. She will not go outside without me. You might need to put her in the transport. Sorry, guys. She's circling. All right. So with this card, it's Six of Pentacles in reverse. This is about balance. When it's in the upright, it's balance. It's earth energy, right? And I know this is a long one today, so I didn't want to get too into it. The cards really mean, here and there.
No,
But
you're good.
Pentacles, earth energy, growth, foundation building, where your energy and attention goes is what grows, right? Typically, this is like wealth, career, finance, some health stuff, but overarching umbrella of abundance for scarcity mindset is what the House of Pentacles is. And we've got the Six of Pentacles. It is in reverse. There's an imbalance of giving and receiving. And what I'm hearing is it's like, don't, when we're looking at this particular position, right? Like, who is this actually for? What am I bringing to the table? Am I feeding my own ego and just sitting kind of off to myself? Or am I like coming to lift others up? And it's like, I'm hearing find the balance. Don't do one or the other, right? They're like pendulums over here, then it swings over here. It's like you want to be like right here. So just going, you're never going to be perfectly balanced on anything, but you want to be in the middle, just kind of going like this. And I'm hearing with the Six of Pentacles, it's like, don't give too much of your power away because sometimes what we do, like hold on. So what I just heard is a lot of people go into people pleasing mode when they become leaders. They want to please fucking everyone. And that's sometimes, I've been in leadership for like 20 plus years in my career. And I will actually say most times that is like the first lesson we have to learn as newborn leaders. Like, if we're like early in our career and we get promoted to even like, up, lower middle management, whatever, the first thing we want to do is fucking please everybody. We want to make decisions that we think everyone's going to love and everyone's going to be satisfied and blah, blah, blah. And then you start hearing from this group how much they hate what you're doing. And this one is mad about this and whatever. And then you have to learn the hard way. You're never going to fucking please anyone. So be authentic. Know that if you're showing up to the table to grow, to evolve, to not be the smartest person in the room, to not be the most creative, whatever, but you're here to help lead, support, lend what you can lend. And also, if your gut is like good leaders listen to their fucking intuition, right? We listen to our intuition. And so this is for me a lot about stop giving your power away. Stop fucking letting all the noise around you. Like I can't remember which horoscope it was that you just read where it was like, stop letting everyone at the table have a fucking say in your thing.
Right.
It's
There was a
like,
couple of them that were like, find your
yeah,
voice and make sure,
yeah.
collaborate, but don't get overrun.
And like
You
that's what
know?
this is about. It's like understand that you're a leader for a reason. You were put in that position for a reason, right? And so somebody trusted you. Somebody saw that the authentic version of you is exactly what was needed for that thing or that position or this task or whatever. And so whatever it is you're trying to do, and in this moment, I'm being told this is whoever is listening in the collective, this is for somebody who is actually trying to kind of shift in their career or they're like what it is that brings them purpose and joy in their abundance. Let's put it like that. Because maybe it's not career, maybe it's your side hustle growing into an actual business or whatever. Um, it's understanding your power. It's understanding how to wield that power. It's understanding the balance of receiving and giving and all of that, right? And I'm hearing like you just have to find the balance. So stop being fucking scared to embrace who the fuck you are. Stop being scared to be your authentic self because that's what's going to get you, further. That's what people want. That's how you are going to please everybody. And not that you're ever going to, but by just being your fucking self. At the end of the day, if you can go to bed and say, I trusted myself, I was wholeheartedly coming from the heart and just trying to do the best that I could and support where I could support and just like make sure that I was doing what I needed to do, like, then you're fucking good. You're golden. Um, so I don't know. I feel like with Aquarius being co-ruled by Saturn, um, and Uranus It's like we've got Saturn, who's like the strict manager who demands plan, right? And then Uranus is the wild, feral fucking child who throws the table. It's like, ah, it's like, just sit down, laugh at, some of the shit. Like when I look at the position three, the cringe, right? Like, you know, sitting here trying to like, where am I not following my heart? And like, where should I be doing my most authentic things? And usually it's you're a fucking weirdo. I'm hearing you're a fucking weirdo, so embrace it. It's like, laugh at it, embrace it, have fun with it. All right. Um, I hope that some of you pulled out your cards because you weren't driving and you were sitting at a desk or something and you could do this, or you came back to it later after work or so when you had a moment. Please, please, please post in the comments on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, wherever you're listening to this, or even an IG, like Instagram, like send me a DM. Like I want to know, you know,
Yeah, you guys,
what
I
you
mean,
got.
at us. We want to know what you're getting. Also, bring your deck every week. You can play along at home. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm always doing a
You know?
spread,
Yeah.
So, and it's always based off what we're talking about. And for me, this is like, it's so funny. If you talk to any of my students, which I don't know why you would, but if you talk to any of my past students, I've taught over 150 people at this point in the last couple of years. Um, I always say I'm not a spreads girly. Like I'm not a spreads girly. Like I have my own kind of one that's evolved for myself when I do my like half hour to hour spreads. It's like a 15 card pull. That's kind of evolved over the years. But this has been really forcing me to like this podcast and like our conversations and our themes to like really do some fun research and get outside my comfort zone. And I'm really loving having these like actual spreads to kind of go on. So like do the spreads with me. Come along for the journey. If there's a spread that you're like, "Oh, full moon in Aquarius, here's the spread that I did." Try it, Jen. I'll do it. I'll do a video of it and I'll post it. I would love to share that for you. Like,
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's have some fun.
I love that.
Me
Can
too.
you? Are we done? Are you done? I'm sorry. I'm
Yes,
not trying to run
sorry.
over you.
And I'm done.
Not trying to run over your voice. Can you do me a favor? Can you just look up really quick Mercury retrograde 2026 and tell me what date the dates on it? I didn't write that down. It's not relevant. I don't need it, but it was just while I was looking at my notes, I went, I wonder how long that was. So you could
Mercury
just look at
retrograde 2026. It was Mercury goes into retrograde three times. Nope, that's not. This
the one we
latest
just
one was June
yeah.
29th to July 23rd in Cancer.
Okay.
We have a third one coming up
All right.
October 24th through November
Yeah.
15th.
Yeah. I thought I think it was just a month, but I wasn't sure. So I just wanted to check. Okay. Um, last week we did this is part two of our what planets in the microwave because I had extra notes and we have little astrological forecasts for each sign for this. This one is for like the whole retrograde. So do you want to do oracle cards? Oh, do the oracle cards one.
You want to do Oracle? Oh, let
Yeah.
me do Oracle.
Do oracles.
Uh,
Oh,
did your earring fall out? Oh.
you
Sorry, I
just
like cough
yanked
like
it out of
"Ah."
my ear. Yeah. All
Um,
right.
I'm gonna
Do your
do
oracles and
I
then
think because it's
we'll
full
do
moon, I
the deck.
have to do the astrology
Okay.
oracle by eight
I love it.
coins. Also, I mean, like, look at this freaking artwork. Oh my God,
Cute.
every time it gets me. I love it. I need to get some more. Okay, if you guys can suggest some well, not full moon, but like astrology or moon phase oracle decks. I need some new ones. I've only got a couple.
Did you
Um,
see the pet? Did you get the pet one I sent you? You can put your own pet on a deck.
oh yeah. Uh-huh. I'm like super stoked about that. Uh, I just need one. Just one. Oh, there's a cat next to me. Oh my God. He's like, there's a little glass table right here, and I just look down and I see these eyes
Like
because it's
an
real dark.
actual cat?
Yes, it's Lenny. I'm like,
Oh, I
oh,
forgot you got your cats back. I'm like, you have cats?
oh my God. All right, so second house. Look at how beautiful it is.
Oh, that's pretty.
All right, you guys have to deal with my
It's
reading.
pretty. But it also looks like the Stranger Things flower a little bit.
Ooh, I like that actually. Oh, did you pee? Oh, don't fight next to me, please.
What is
Len.
happening in your house right
They
now?
are getting used to each other still. Hello, everybody. All right, second house, house of money and material pleasures associated with Taurus and Venus.
All
Hmm.
right.
Second house presides over our relationships with material aspects of our lives, our money, our possessions, and our home. In the second house, your time would be well spent considering new financial endeavors, employment options, the comforts of home, and sharing your own wealth. The money and physical materials we possess offer us comfort and stability. To have or not to have these luxuries can profoundly affect other aspects of our lives. If you pulled this card, now may be a good time to contemplate your connection to the material world. Are you in need of more financial stability? Bitch, yes, always. Does the amount of work you're putting in in balance out? What? Oh, I'm just reading it wrong. Like the inflection, sorry. Does the amount of work you're putting in balance out the amount of material comfort you are receiving back? Do you need to help grow? Do you need help to grow, or is your cup already overflowing? If you're in a safe and secure position, perhaps it's time to consider what comes next. Giving to others can be closely associated with this house. Oh, I love that. I think
Okay.
that's with Jupiter being in the mix. What's Saturn
Yeah.
again?
What do you mean? What's Saturn?
Like,
What is
what's
it?
Saturn's vibe?
Saturn is
So
like
I forget.
reflecting and like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I think that's still pretty relevant for what we've been talking about. I like it.
Well, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of money and work stuff happening for people. So, okay, we're gonna do this retrograde, and then the journal prompts were super similar to your pull, and then
Okay.
the rock string seed goes with your pull as well, which is very exciting. So I love that. Rock string seed. Okay, Saturn is retrograde in the sign of Pisces from July 27th through December 11th. It's 137 or 138 days long, depending on kind of where, whatever. So 137, 138 is my number. So it's
Yeah.
138 days long. Yeah.
I'd say,
It's
was that
also
your
my
derby
like,
number? Or,
it is my derby number, but it's also my angel number. And it's also my number that connects me with my dad. And it's also my number that like, so it's a lot of things. So I get very excited when
I
138 shows
love
up on.
that.
Yeah.
And 137 is one of
Okay.
mine.
That's like luck though, right? Like luck and money.
What, 138?
137.
I don't know. I don't know, but that was my
Yeah, I
derby
think it
number.
is. I think,
Remember? Mine was
yeah, no,
137 because of
yeah, no, I think
Empire Records.
137 is actually as an angel number, it's like luck and money.
Ooh,
So good for you. Good job.
look at us.
Um, Look at us doing numbers right. Okay, so Saturn in retrograde and karma. So if you're online at all, if you're on the apps, if you're going and what they're like, Big Daddy Karma and Saturn's coming to get you, and you're gonna
Big
get
Daddy
like
Karma.
Big Daddy Karma's coming to get you. He's moving slow and he's fucking shit up. Um,
That's another t-shirt. Big Daddy
right?
Karma is
Big
moving slow
Karma's
and
coming to
he's
get you.
fucking
He's
shit.
moving slow and he's fucking shit up. Um, Christ, we're so full of good ideas.
Oh, I
Okay,
love us.
so you aren't being punished. It's not the, oh, woe is me, because like when Mercury's in retrograde, everybody's like, oh great, my trip's gonna get canceled, my electronics aren't gonna work, every wowsy woo, everything's gonna go wrong, blah blah blah, whatever. And it's like, it's an opportunity to be like, hey, what the fuck, right? So you're not being punished. Get out of your woe is me and look at what the lesson should be. So if you sat through a real rough period during Mercury retrograde and it just was super turbulent and whatever, and you walked out of Mercury retrograde and nothing is solved, like you think you solved it and you think you had a plan, and now we're going into if you know deep down that you didn't really solve it and you brushed it under the rug, or you just put a band-aid on it, or you're just going to kind of hopefully maybe ignore it and it'll go away, or whatever, like you can't not pay your taxes. You can't.
Boo.
Right. So Saturn's going to show up and very slowly make you walk through it again. But now for 137, 38 days, which is
That is
a
not an angel number.
very long time. It's until the beginning of December. It is showing you what your future can't hold until you've made peace with your past. So if you're trying to, I was talking to a friend the other day and I said, look, if you're carrying around, and they started laughing. They're like, what? And what analogy is that? I'm like, if you're carrying around a shopping bag full of like 7-layer bean dip, no
Ooh.
container. And he goes, but then like, you don't like every layer of the bean dip. So you're trying to scoop out the stuff that you don't want, but you've put this bean dip on top. Your bag's full. So when something nice shows up, you can't even put it in the bag because you're carrying a bag of bean dip. And they were like, what
What
is
the
wrong
fuck are
with
you
you?
talking
Like,
about?
what even analogy is that? And I'm like, you understand what I mean, though? Like, you're just raw dogging the bean dip in a shopping bag, and you can't get to you can't put any good stuff in there because it's just going to get sucked into the old.
Into the bean
That's
dip,
all I
all
got. Anyway,
layers.
7-layer bean dip. All right. So you want to slow down and you want to reflect on your past choices, your past responsibilities, your past promises that have shaped the direction of your life so far. So this can go either way. Like if you always operate out of integrity, you're going to get integrity back. If you've operated outside of integrity, you're going to get outside of integrity back. Is it payback? Kind of, but not in the sense that people are like, "Oh, I hope they get their karma." Like not like that.
No, but it's lessons
Um,
needed.
right. So it's and I just wrote, "What you built on integrity and full truth will become stronger, while what has built on a shaky foundation came out. You were operating out of integrity. That's quite possibly a lesson from your past that you needed to learn from. Like you were being forced to focus on your own past behaviors by being shown something in front of you currently. Karma is not necessarily settling the score, but it's like a balancing of the books. So it's not like, oh, that, yet. And I know people that have been like hurt by other people or fired unfairly from a job or had a relationship blow up in their face or whatever it is that's making you angry. And well, I want them to get theirs, like that kind of situation, like a court case didn't go the way you wanted it to go. And you just want that, you want them to get theirs. Um, it, they will, because it's a balancing of energies, but it also might not look like what you think it would look like. And also, you shouldn't be so involved with that you know what they're getting anyway. Really. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah,
you're out of a situation and someone fucked with you that hard that you want them to get their karma, you shouldn't be paying attention to what's happening to them anyway. Because now you're
yeah.
involved and now you're wasting your own time. All right. Mercury in retrograde was a
Ruh-roh.
whirlwind through, through communication and confusion. Venus retrograde looks at our values. Mars retrograde puts a pause on momentum. So it just kind of slows everything down. But then Saturn, out of all of the planets, gains more strength in its retrograde period. So, in the spirit of time, it kind of makes us focus inward and the power that's associated with that. So, you really kind of need to look at like, what did I do? How do I move through the world? Did I? And everybody fucks up, and everybody makes mistakes, and you're not the sum of your shitty mistakes. But you need to own everything, and you need to move forward with it. And if you just kind of went, well, time clears that shit up, but you never actually cleared that up, you got some shit coming your way. Um,
Yeah,
you know, Saturn also makes you focus on responsibility and the ability to engage and focus on meaningful work for your inner self. So if you recognize that you were acted fucked up, um, fix it, own it, fix it, move forward. You don't have to sit in it forever, but like the sky is watching, you know what I mean? Like you can't
it's
just
got
pretend. No, you can't just pretend and be like, I'm just going to sweep it under the rug. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to talk about it. You ever have those friends that you have like an argument with and then you kind of don't see them and then you bump into them like a year later and they just want to talk to you like nothing happened. And you're like, no, bitch, you never even
hmm.
like that. Don't do
Oh
that
yeah.
shit. Like that's,
That
that's a
actually happened to
setting
me
yourself
Friday night.
that's a setting yourself up to have some karma situation. Like, you know, um, Saturn is making you focus on building a strong foundation for yourself and to see where you've been either slowly building or discreetly avoiding by focusing your attention elsewhere. So if you're really not trying to address some of this shit that you know you did and you're just sort of focusing your attention elsewhere, that's a karma situation. You know, it's true success is rooted in authenticity. It's not rooted in instant fame, but the culmination of years of dedication and learning. So you can't skip. We talked about this last week. You can't skip steps to get there.
Yeah.
You know, and you can look at are there a handful of people out there that you're like, well, they went from nobody to like this influencer career, whatever that fucking means, or they went from having nothing to this thing, whatever. On the surface, that's what it looks like, but behind
Yeah.
the scenes, that is not what
That
happened.
was like 10
You
years, 20
know,
years in the making, my friend.
right? You know, we're like they're like that pop star came from out of nowhere. You know, and
Like, no.
you're like, no, they were dragged around the country at 8 to
Mm-hmm.
sing at fairs and stuff like that. So I mean, it's never, maybe there's a handful of people that like right place, right time, but for the most part, but that also doesn't mean that they didn't have a struggle on top of that. So um, it's a time for deep reflection of your past actions and decisions and what you might feel like you're getting karma for. So if you feel like you're getting karma or you feel like you're being taught something, you might want to reflect a little bit and think about why.
Well, it's like I was saying with the resistance. If you're being met with resistance over and over and over again over the
Right.
last
Or if
however
you're
many much
walking
time, it's
down the
like,
same road every time,
yeah, it's
same
like at
road,
some point,
different outfit, you're just like, okay, what's here that I'm not looking at? What's
yeah,
here
like
that
what
I'm
the
not
fuck
seeing?
am I missing?
Yeah. Okay. So these are very short. These are the Saturn retrograde, what Saturn retrograde is focusing on in each sign. The thing about this is it is broken up by sign, but it's also kind of everybody
Yeah.
because it's big and slow.
Big slow daddy karma.
Big slow daddy karma coming to fuck shit up. Okay. Um Aries, it's pulling you towards rest, closure, and quieter spaces. Old chapters are asking to be wrapped up. Avoid new financial commitments until the end of this retrograde. So that kind of speaks to you probably have some money shit kind of happening right now anyway. Don't do new money shit. Don't throw good money after bad. Like clean up your side of the street. Taurus, old connections and friendships, years not months, are paying off from consistency you've already put in. Focus on income and professional relationships. Gemini, career and public image is under review. Professional choices may require a second look to make sure your accolades come from your skill and not your performative image.
Authenticity, hard
Yeah.
work, diligence.
Cancer, belief systems, higher learning, long distance plans, and teachers may need to be looked at to examine if your belief system aligns with who you are now. So if you're learning, if you were learning, if you're going like maybe you have like a spiritual path that you're going down, or maybe you were taking a painting class or learning from, a series of different artists that you enjoyed, but that might not align with who you are now. You might want to just kind of revisit that and kind of like restructure what you're doing. Um, Leo, I just said Cancer, right? I'm not trying to skip anybody. That was Cancer. Okay. Leo, finances, inheritance, shared resources may need addressing. Your resilience might be tested. Avoid new financial arrangements during this period. No investments until December. So again, money, like address your shit. If you feel like you're getting karma, if you feel like, why did this tax bill come in now? What did I do? Where did I cut corners last year? Whatever, you might want to just kind of look into that and address it. Virgo, partnerships, marriages, and relationships are facing a maturity test. Time wasters are being removed from your picture. Business contacts will need to be clearer on needs or will be dismissed.
Sounds like you just in general. No,
You know, no, get out of here. Libra, Libra,
no,
health
get out of here.
routines. Thank you. Health routines. This is Libra, sorry. Health routines, daily work, and disputes will end favorably if you've been putting in the real work. This is another thing with all of it. If you're putting in the real work, your karma is not going to be really bad because effort is also rewarded. You don't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be on point. If you made mistakes in the past and have made amends for them or are taking steps to right that wrong, effort is rewarded versus sweeping that shit under the rug or pretending it's somebody else or I didn't really do that or whatever. So where are we? Okay. If you've been putting in the real work, debts, financial or otherwise, become easier to clear. Scorpio, creativity and romance are being slowed down. A project may require a frustrating amount of revisions. A partner might require a frustrating amount of attention. Take all of it slower, not as a punishment, but to create stability or dismissal. So kind of understand, where you're putting your energy. And it's okay to put a bunch of energy in, but then you also have to be, it comes with the authenticness again, is you have to be like, okay, maybe you have a really good work project going, but you have to revise it so many times. And now the end result isn't even close to the thing that you wanted to do. You're done.
Bye.
Get out of here.
No, go.
Sagittarius. Home, living space, and emotional security are being tested. Family issues may need to be addressed to rebuild on a more solid foundation to create stability moving forward. You're yawning again. I'm sorry, I'm keeping you up. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
So again, it's just building solid foundations and just knowing where maybe it was rickety and going back and kind of like shoring up the edges, before December. Capricorn, courage and communication are in your favor. Initiative gets rewarded. Effort you put in now will be compounded in December. Start new ideas now. Start or mention new ideas now. Aquarius, this stretch is testing finances and family. Money matters need actual addressing, not hoping. This period might be extremely stressful, but just know that this is the peak and it's going to start to ease up towards December and then you're done. So if it's really awful, don't fall into the woe is me and be like, oh, it's going to be awful forever. You might want to address why you're there in the first place.
Yeah.
And then just know that this is the worst it's going to be and it's going to ease up, but you need to address why you're there in the first place. Like, just don't, what did I say last time? I go, don't go buy a lamp with your last $20 just so you can turn it on and see that your life sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that Oracle pull though that I just did is like, okay, it's all finance.
Right.
Like, got it.
Yeah.
Heard.
Yeah.
Fucking heard.
Pisces, y'all are going to feel this the most. Your identity.
Sorry.
Sorry. Maybe I should have skipped you this. Okay. Your identity, your health, and your basic sense of direction are really under review. This can be a little disorienting. Make sure that you're moving deliberately and not quickly, and you're not taking things personally, but you are using this time to reflect on what's happening. Just saying you're going to feel it the most doesn't mean that you're going to have the most money problems. You're going to have the most relationship problems. You're going to have the most anything problems. You just might feel it the most. It just might feel, it's going to feel disruptive for the next bunch of days. So
137
that's
to
what I got for
38.
y'all. What happened?
Said 100 to
137
37.
days. Yeah. So, okay. I have journal prompts for Saturn in retrograde, and then I also have them for
Hooray.
the moon, which are way nicer.
Yeah. Always though,
So
right? Because
this,
the full moon's about releasing and shedding what no longer serves us, making room for
yeah, and
bigger
it's
and
just,
better.
they're just
Then who
nice.
doesn't love that?
Right. So we'll just, here's your shitty cake, and then this will be the frosting on top of this shitty cake. Journal prompts, Saturn. What promises have you made to yourself and actually followed through on? What aspects of your life provide essential support and which ones are merely for show? What have you buried away because of shame that needs to be pulled to the surface and addressing? And what have I learned about myself and the world since then? That makes sense. Those two kind of go together. So those will be in the show notes. Take your time answering stuff, you know, and really look at it, because a lot of times you think it's one thing and then you think about it and you're like, oh, it's not even that. It's a whole
Mhm.
different thing. Which can then be opening up a can of worms, and now that you get stuck on one prompt. But that's okay. And you don't have to do all of them. I mean, fear is a real thing. So maybe not all of these are for you right now, but you can revisit them later. They're
Yeah.
good journal prompts for whenever. It doesn't have to be right now. So journal prompts for the moon. What positive qualities do I love about myself? What tiny miracles show up in my life every single day? What does it mean to me to pause and surrender? How can I express my creative energy in a fun and soul nourishing way? And then, in what aspect of your life are you playing small and or have imposter syndrome and or are making yourself more palatable for somebody else? And then, what do you love at your very core, at your very essence, that you don't do anymore, and why?
Mm.
So,
I like these. They go really, really well with the tarot spread that I
yeah,
did.
you would think
All
that
of
we
them.
actually talked. You guys, we don't talk.
We really don't. We just got
We
to like
really
hours
don't.
before.
This
I'm
is
like, what are
our,
you
you
doing?
guys are like, welcome to our weekly catch up, really. We just added
Yeah.
up other stuff that we thought you guys might be interested in.
Um, but really, so a lot of times when I teach tarot, right, I tell people come prepared with a journal. Like
Yeah.
and keep that journal next to your bed or in your desk, wherever you're doing your pulls, when you're practicing. But like not only is it like to see how you're progressing with your reading and like intuitively, is this what I think the card means? No, oh, this is what it really means. And like then being able to kind of journal out, whatever that spread was. Um, when you're learning, do these types of prompts in there too in your tarot journal. So if you're someone
You
that's
can pull a
watching,
card for some of these too. Like you can ask
yeah,
yourself the question
absolutely.
and then pull a card to go with it. And then, like, if you're having a hard time, then, start your
Think of it.
journaling based on the card
I
pull.
was gonna say it's a lot of times. So like an intuitive like reader. Like I do channeled messaging, and people are like, "Well, then why do you use the cards?" I'm like, I've only even really started using the cards like 5, 6 years ago. Well, 6 years ago at this point. Um, because it's just they're like a conversation starter. They're they're just to kind of get you to the point quicker sometimes. So you're not sitting there fumbling around with, well, where do I even start with this journal prompt answer or whatever. You know what I mean? They're just a
Right.
tool in your toolbox. They're a vibe check, they're a temp check for the energy that is swirling around currently right
Yeah,
now.
there's people that do tiles or charms or,
Pendulum, whatever the fuck.
whatever. Right.
Yeah, divination tools, dive into them. I think they're fucking great. They're super fun. But they're just there to enhance our intuition. They're just there to enhance our inner knowing and our relationship with our higher self and divine, right? And so pull a card, pull an oracle card, use a pendulum, like take these journal prompts and use whatever divination tool you're called to use, but like pair that shit up and have fun and journal the experience with what you
Right.
paired it with. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
like to tell people not to use their notes app. There's some people that are like, well, can I use my notes app? And I'm like, you can. I know that I personally can't, because as soon as I open my phone to go into my notes app, now I forgot why I'm in my phone and now I'm watching
yeah,
cat videos. So
yeah,
I can't use my notes app because I'm notes apping. Like I need to have it be quiet and I'm actually writing, which I think there's more authentic. I mean, do whatever, no judgment, but I think that there's more authenticity with writing. Just
pen
like
and ink,
I
pen
enjoy a
and ink,
regular
paper and ink, pen and
dip
ink.
that dip it. Like I enjoy a regular book versus like an audio book. Like I'll listen to audiobooks, but like I want the paper. I want to, like, I'm going to relax and read. I want the book. I don't want to be like on the screen, which
Yeah.
is good if you're in the sun, but not great if you're snugly in the bed.
Hmm.
either way. So, all right. So we are doing stone, string,
Rock, paper, scissors.
seed,
Sorry.
rock, paper, scissors. Oh, where's my stone and rock and string? There it is. Okay.
You had to
All
dig
right.
for that seed, so you better have that seed.
Seed's right here. It's in its own bowl. I was like, oh, we'll do
She
this. Who doesn't
harvested
have
that
seeds?
seed.
Who doesn't have seeds? And then I went, me. I don't have seeds. So I went and got a lemon off of Fernando and dug a seed out. So you can use that. If you don't have a seed, I don't know, a flower off of a. You can take a flower off of you'll see why. You can take a flower off of a bud off of a plant, or it's extremely symbolic. We're not growing anything, so you want to have a seed. They're in there. Seed. You want a rock. This is in my yard. Piece of string. And then I have actually just wanted to show you guys this. I just bought this giant thing of bay leaves from the little Asian market. Look how big this is. Look how giant this leaf is. So I highly recommend, 10 out of 10, recommend going and buying the giant bay leaf jar. They're very big. Anyway, so
Where
you can
did
write
my
that shit on the leaf.
write
What
that shit
happens
on the
is
leaf? I'm looking for my tissue that I had to fucking. Oh, here it is. Sorry. I'm making sure my nose isn't bleeding again. It feels like it.
put a tampon in your nose.
Oh my God. No, I think with all
Okay,
these animals being in my house, it's a lot of dander too. Oh my God. Worth it
so
though.
this so the seed, you're going to take your seed first, and the seed represents what you've grown so far this year, like what where you put your energy and what's growing. It, not necessarily what other, like maybe you didn't grow a whole ass business, maybe you just grew, you grew personally inside. It doesn't necessarily mean something that somebody else has seen. It's growth. So whatever that growth looks like to you, that's what this seed represents. So we're going to put that in a bowl. It's going in the bowl. The rock represents what that growth has cost you or what you gave up to grow, or like how you had to force it. So that's what that is. And then I'll give you some examples, because I was like, what does that mean, what I gave up to grow? Because then that would be my fault for giving up a thing I wanted because I wanted, you see what I'm saying? And it put me in this loop.
No, because sometimes you have to let go of a person
So,
to grow.
right, but
That's not your fault.
the way it was worded was, it was just like, it was weird. So I have examples, and that's people are on here, but it's like the way it was worded on the original out of the book. I was like, that sounds very blameful, like it was blaming you for doing a thing. So, and then the string doesn't matter, whatever string. Um, this came off the backup string from the really cool planter that Mel sent me. Thanks, Mel. Very cool. Anyway. I couldn't find my other string. Okay, so you're going to tie the string into a knot, and then you're going to say out loud what you're no longer willing to tolerate to avoid reaching your goals, but what you are also willing to let go to reach your goals. Does that make sense? So
Wait,
what you're
repeat
not
that.
willing to what you're not willing to tolerate to not get to your goal. Like, I am no longer going to put up
Oh, yeah.
with this person doing A, B, or C to me, which is going to take me longer to get to my goal, right?
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
What am I willing to sacrifice to get to my goal? So both of those things, and you're going to tie the knot, you're going to tie it twice. So one is for one and then one is for the other. And then, so that's what you're no longer to sacrifice. Like, I'm no longer willing to spend time with people that don't reciprocate. Time wasters. Get out of here. I could be spending that time on me and my goal, right? I'm no longer willing to sacrifice my authentic self. I'm no longer willing to sacrifice my peace and happiness. What am I willing to let go? Am I willing to move into a smaller space so then I have more money for my goals? Am I willing to, drive an hour to get to a class so I can learn you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I
Yeah.
willing to do? So you really want to be clear with like, what are you willing to do? Am I willing to? Because if you're not willing to do basically all of it for that goal, you might want to reassess what that goal is. And that
Yeah.
doesn't mean like, am I going to, do something harmful or dangerous or whatever. But if you're not willing to give up a little bit
Yeah.
or not tolerate a lot, then your goal might need to be reevaluated. Then your goal might not actually be your goal. And it just might be something that you're talking about. And then you're
Not
back to
worth doing.
not coming from a place of authenticity. And now you're just talking about it. Be about it. Stop flapping your lips. Okay.
Be about. Stop flapping your lips. Put that on
Stop
a fanny
flapping your
pack.
lips. Right. Okay. So then you're going to put all this stuff in a bowl. Like this. And then you're going to put it outside in the moonlight. We'll pretend this is outdoors. You put it outside. And then you're going to say, I release as I grow. You're going to leave it outside in the moon light. You're also going to be making moon water while you're doing this. We covered
Like,
that in
but
the
are we
last
forgetting
episode.
about it the way we forget about moon water?
I mean, we can forget about it for a couple of
Okay.
days because we're going to. Um, and then you're just going to take it and you're going to take your rock and your bit of string and your seed and your bay leaf if you would like to write what you thought on the leaf. Write that shit on the leaf. You don't have to. I just like saying that a lot. And you're going to take all these things and you're going to bury them in a plant outside, an outside plant. So if you have something that's in the ground, that's your best choice. But if y'all live in apartments or and you have a patio tree, use a patio tree. If there's a bush in your courtyard, you can bury it under the bush in your courtyard. You're not burying something with your, that's it's important, but it doesn't have any of your important information on it. So you can kind of go bury that shit anywhere, bury it underneath the plant, and just like let it go. That's it. Seed, string, rock. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
That can be our
Yeah.
episode title. Rock, paper,
Rock,
scissors.
paper, scissors. Seed,
Saturn
string,
says
rock.
you're out. Saturn says you're out.
That just says you're out. Yeah. Do we have a letter? Did we run
We
too long?
did. Um, so yeah, I was actually talking to a friend the other day, and I was like,
Do
"Hey, can
we
I
have
actually
a
use this?"
letter? Do we have a letter? Do what?
Yes. You guys need to be watching this because my long gangly arms are always going. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so it was a conversation with a friend. I was like, "Hey, can I use this?" And she said, "Yes." Let me go pull it up.
she said, yes,
Yes.
we do.
All right. So I put it into the form of a question because like I said, it was more of just like a thing we were talking about. But she was
Yeah.
like asking me, like, am I fucking nuts? So she's like, I need a sanity check. I've been quietly working on this new creative project for like 6 months. And that's why we are talking about it, because I've been one of the only people, like one of like two or three people she's actually talking to that isn't fucking being negative about it in her life. So like I've been like a sounding board for this project. And she's like, literally haven't been this excited about anything in years. But whenever I'm like dropping updates in my like main group chat, like my main like friends, she's like, it's like they either don't say anything, or it's like, oh, yay.
Those
Or
aren't your
she's like,
friends.
yeah. And she's like, or
Those aren't your
worse, my
friends. There's your answer. Those aren't your
yeah.
friends.
She's like, or worse, like my best friend gives me the, well, that's super ambitious, but like make sure you don't burn out at your actual job. And she's like, it feels like every time I try to share like this big idea or any kind of big idea with them, they try to kind of pull me back down to earth. And I start to think like, okay, maybe, am I being too big and grandiose in my thinking? Am I being too out there and
No,
unrealistic? She's like, and then also because I start to get butthurt about it, am I being overly sensitive? Are they low
no.
key trying to keep me in a box? Like, do I even bother bringing
Yes.
it up? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Why? I go, this is why you have me and the other two fucking people,
Those aren't your
because we're
friends.
your hype
So
girls.
those aren't your friends.
Yeah. Like, we're your fucking
Juggle
hype girls.
juggle your own chainsaws.
Juggle your own fucking chainsaw. Like, dude, if this is, I'm like, yo, I'm like, you're bringing it up because you already know the answer. Like, you just want validation and confirmation on
Those
it.
aren't your friends. And the thing is it's like the older you get, the more people you realize aren't really your friends.
Then you just don't have time for that shit. You don't have time for that shit.
You don't get out of that group chat and start a new group chat with two people that are going to be really
Leave the
excited for
group
you.
Chat.
Just leave the chat. Like, why are you, I mean, after the first time that they weren't excited, leave the chat. Because
Hmm.
why are you hyping them up on their fucking bullshit if they're not hyping you up on yours? And if it's not reciprocal, those aren't your friends.
Like
It's
I'm
not
all
somebody
here. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
it's not somebody had a bad day. Like, I mean, there's days where it's like, somebody will come to you with a thing, and it's like I've done that where I'm just like, oh shit, did I didn't, and then later you go, oh, I didn't really give that as much enthusiasm as I should. And then you try to clean it up. You're like, hey, look, I'm sorry. I know that I know you're excited about this thing, and I really didn't respond, or I didn't, gave you like one word, bad day. I'm sorry. Let me hear about it. Right? I don't care what it is,
Yeah.
you know? But if
Yeah.
you're in a group chat with a bunch of people and they can't be your hype people, those aren't your friends. And they just need to be, I'm not saying unfriend everybody that isn't going to be your hype person, because the thing about that is all those comments are really passive aggressive. Like, well, I'm just concerned for you because I don't want you to ignore your job and not have the check.
But
No, you're
that's
not.
also them
You
just
want to
being triggered.
No,
That's just them
you're
being
not. You're
triggered.
not that thing. You're just being shitty is the
Yeah.
thing. So if you're, so if they're not hyping you up because you're doing this new project, I don't care. Hey, I bought a new pair of socks and I fucking love them. Look at my socks. And if they're like, man, everybody owns socks or whatever the fuck, right? Just reposition those friends.
I was just gonna say, so it's not necessarily for me about if I am trying to roll out a new fun project that I'm doing, because I'm always doing fucking something, right? Everyone's always like, you're always doing something fucking cool and something creative, and like, how the fuck do you do all this stuff? But it's like, if I'm trying to roll something out, I know at this point in my life who to go to, you being one of them, right? And now we're creating together. But I have like three, four super close friends that like these are the go-to people for me, right? And in business, they have things called masterminds, right? So like where or like networking groups. Like I was a part of a network group, like a women's business group for years. I was like on their board, like all this stuff. And we used to have these breakout groups called masterminds, and everyone from like a different field would get together collectively once a month, and we would all talk about our businesses for X amount of time. And then the others would come in with good ideas or critical thinking, and they may not have agreed with your approach. Maybe they're like, you know what? Actually, research says this, try this. If that's not working, try that. But at the end of the day, the vibe is still uplifting. The vibe is still, I'm at the
Right.
table to better you. So even if I don't agree with your approach, or I think maybe something could be tweaked or done better because that's what we're here for, great. Don't fucking don't pull this like negative Nancy bullshit that's just like bringing you like I need to bring you down from the clouds. I need to make sure that you're being realistic. Like fuck off. Anyone who did anything significant in life was not fucking realistic. They shot for the fucking stars. They did everything as big and as loud as they possibly fucking could and as authentically as they could, and that's why it fucking worked. And sorry, Sally, that is why your fucking husband hates you and you're drinking a bottle of wine every fucking night and then being a bitch in your group chat because you're fucking scared of your own
Air
goddamn
that shit
life.
out. Um, we
No,
operate
I
on opposite
just,
ends of the spectrum. Like, you're like focus groups and people, and you're going to brainstorm and you're going to do whatever. I'm like,
but
I
I
move in
know who to
silence.
go to for that. And I also
I
know
move
who
in
not
silence. I
to
don't even
fucking go
care. I don't
to.
care who the fuck you are. I move in silence unless I like have like I'm like, oh, I hit this bump and I need an answer on how to problem solve this
Yeah.
thing. But even then, you're just going to get a vague description of why I need to problem solve it. I move in silence until it's done, and then I'm all ta-da, bitches. Because
Ta-da, bitches.
right, because it's just you can't, because also you don't know, people that pretend are your friends are also not your friends,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's just, and but also, so reposition those people in the group chat. It doesn't
Hmm.
mean don't go have cocktails with them. It doesn't mean they're not, don't
Just
hang out with them.
reframe your your
Reframe your
expectation.
relationship.
Your expectation. Yeah.
Right. You just go, okay, well, you're just getting repositioned, and now you're like the cocktails and small talk group,
Hmm. Yeah,
you
like if
know?
I can't trust you to show up for the big thing, clearly something I'm fucking stoked about and excited about, then you just showed me and told me where you need to be in my life. And that's
Also,
good.
I
Like,
feel like if the group chat isn't excited about your idea, there's a secondary group chat that you're not in.
oh, I don't like that.
So
That's a bummer.
there's always a secondary group chat. You just got to make sure you're invited. I don't accept invitations to any group chat. Again, move in silence. I'm
Oh
really trying
man.
to embrace this like hermity bog witch thing where nobody will just invite me to do anything. Like I'm good. I'm get out of here.
Oh man. I just try
No,
to
thank
hope
you.
and
Get out
pray
of
and
here.
believe that like I get it. Like, dude, I would say how old is my youngest? So like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I was friends with like this group of women, very short-lived, and found out via one of the TV screens in this one of the girls' homes, she like her phone for
Oh,
some
did
reason.
it Google Luke the screenshots?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
there was a screenshot, and it wasn't super nasty about me, but it was just like, oh, there's a group chat that I'm A, not
not,
in,
not
and
privy
B,
to.
there was a conversation about me in there. And it wasn't
Right,
like,
but there
again, it
was
wasn't
also
nasty,
it was a
but I was
group
like,
chat that you
it
the
was the
group
last
chat
time
that you
I hung
weren't
out with any
in.
of them.
Yeah. But then also there was somebody that wasn't in that group chat that they screenshotted the group chat to and then sent that to them independently.
Hmm.
You're a
I
very
was
popular lady.
well, smile, and now they all fucking hate each other.
Yeah. I mean,
I was just like, yeah,
I got
wow,
nothing on that. Like I'm a
cool.
girl's girl and I will always take the girl's side. But also I won't hang out with pick me girls.
That was my
And
lesson
that's
learned.
that's my line in the sand where it's just like I'm a girl's girl, but if you're a pick me, I gloves are off. Act correct. And don't invite me to your group chat.
Oh man. Ugh. So like,
Oh, all right. I hope that answered her question. We just
yeah.
bashed a whole bunch of other people and told her those weren't her
This is
friends.
our
Those
separate
aren't
group
your
chat.
friends.
Well, my cards told me to, the other group chat.
Right. Seriously.
Listen, sometimes we can be a little catty, and that's okay. This is me being my
Right.
authentic self. Sometimes I gotta be like, bitch,
Bitch.
bitch,
Um,
shut the fuck up.
all right, just I guess for legal purposes, we are not therapists.
No.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
I guess I mean, it's in the show notes. It's in the episode
Oh,
description.
okay.
We
All
are
right, perfect.
not clinicians of any kind. We are not therapists of any kind. In case you didn't read
No,
that, in case you couldn't
no.
tell from our vibe.
I'm a hermity bog witch. Go ahead and at me about that shit. Where can they find you online?
Um, so if you want to book a one-on-one virtual read, because I've been doing a lot of virtual lately, they don't have my space right now. NickelCityMossandMoon.com. There's a few readers on that site, so Jen obviously is me. My tarot class does start August 5th. You can either pay per class or you can pay all up front and get a little bit of a discount. You can register on the website as well. Yeah, next Wednesday, the 5th. So like,
That's
oh,
exciting.
yeah, like 9 days from now. But yeah, we've got a cool group already going. It's going to be super fun. Like I said, I've been upgrading and updating all of my lesson plans and stuff, which I've been like, I needed to like refresh and like, what have I learned in the last couple of years since creating this course? So
Nice.
there's a lot of like new information. You get to connect with some really cool people. I bring in old students who now are like professional readers, and they like to share their expertise, and I don't know. It's gonna be super fun. So if you
Yay.
have
I love
been
it.
I've had a lot of people that have been like, oh, I've been like kind of waiting till it gets closer to sign up. So if you're one of those
Yeah.
people, like, fucking pull the trigger. This is your sign. Do you need a sign of your
Been
sign?
there.
Let's do this.
Do
But yeah,
it.
then IG for the podcast, as my cards told me to, one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but like collective reads that I do. I gotta get back to them. I've been really busy with this move, but I'm hoping by next week I'm gonna start doing my weekly collective
Yeah.
reads again. So yeah, check me out there. Cupcake, what about you?
Great. You can come to my website, 125curiosity.com. There's some cool shit on there, vintage t-shirts, weird house stuff. And or you can find me over on the whatnot, slinging band tees on Wednesday late nights and Saturday mornings. So
Love that. All right.
There I am. And then you can always find me I'm on the 125 Curiosity across all platforms. So if you want to send me a message and we can talk about who your friend and who isn't, I don't know, just don't at me about spellings or pronunciations. I will happily talk about anything else.
And
That's
listen,
all I
we know
got.
we can
All
be
right.
kind of bitchy. All right. We know we can be kind of bitchy, but you know what? Fuck it. Here we are. We've lived a life.
So yeah.
All right.
All right. So
Okay.
I guess that's it. We'll
Bye.
see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Okay, bye.